This message arrives from a universe where grief is not treated as a problem to solve,
but as a passage to walk through. We speak softly here because loss listens. In your world, you rush mourning. You ask it to be productive. You ask it to make sense. You ask it to end. From here, we see grief differently. Grief is not an interruption of life. It is proof that life has passed through you and left a mark. When someone leaves, they do not vanish. They change form. They move from presence to resonance. You feel this when a song hurts without warning, when a smell opens a door you did not intend to enter, when silence suddenly weighs more than noise. You call this pain. We call it contact. Grief is love that no longer knows where to go. You try to contain it, to name stages, to measure progress, to decide when you should be better. But grief does not follow timelines. It follows attachment. In our universe, we do not ask the grieving to let go. We ask them to let the bond change shape. The one you lost is no longer ahead of you in time. They are beside you in memory, behind you in influence, inside you in language, in gestures, in the way you see the world. Nothing that truly touched you is ever removed. It is redistributed. Grief comes in waves because love does. Some days it is gentle. Other days it knocks the breath out of you. This does not mean you are failing. It means you are alive to what mattered. You fear that accepting the loss means betraying the love. It does not. Acceptance is not forgetting. It is learning how to carry without bleeding. In our universe, grief is treated like weather. You do not argue with the storm. You find shelter. You let it pass through. You trust that the sky remembers how to clear. There is no strength in forcing sunshine. You are allowed to miss them without explanation. You are allowed to feel okay and devastated in the same hour. You are allowed to laugh without guilt. You are allowed to cry without justification. Grief is not a straight line. It is a spiral. You revisit the same places with different tools. Each time, you survive with more tenderness. You think peace means the absence of ache. From here, peace looks different. Peace is when the memory no longer cuts, when it warms, when it brings tears that do not destroy you. Peace is when you can say their name without collapsing, when you can feel them without reaching. You do not move on from loss. You move with it. In our universe, the dead do not demand suffering. They do not ask you to stay broken to prove devotion. They ask you to live fully, carrying what they gave you forward. The greatest honor is continuation. When grief feels unbearable, remember this: it is not trying to drown you, it is trying to teach you how deep you loved. Depth requires time to equalize. Let yourself be slow. Let yourself be human. Let yourself be held by small rituals, by repetition, by breath. You do not need to understand this pain to survive it. One day, without noticing when it happened, you will realize that the love hurts less and supports more. The weight shifts, and you will carry them not as absence, but as presence transformed. From this parallel place, we tell you gently, nothing real is ever lost. It only changes the way it stays. Rest now. Grief knows where to go when you stop fighting it.
End of transmission.